The last 12 months in the knife community have been absolutely bananas. I've spent that time meticulously reviewing, carrying, and giving my opinion on hundreds of knives. But now the time is here. It's time for the Knife of the Year award. And this year there will be 3: Best Budget Knife, Best Button Lock Knife, and overall Knife of the Year. How's it going, everybody? I'm Rollshambo, the connoisseur and collector of all things sharp and shiny. And today we're not talking about a single knife, we're talking about a year's worth of knives and what knife specifically stands at the top for Best Budget Knife of 2023. Now, I have reviewed so many knives that for me, it comes down to the standouts. It comes down to which one do I think is going to give the best bang for the buck, the highest quality materials, the best budget knife of 2023. Let's talk about it.
This is Sparta!
Hey, how's it going, everybody? If you're new here, welcome in. And if you've been here before, welcome back. It's the Knife of the Year Awards. And if you couldn't tell by the intro, I am extremely pumped about the Knife of the Year Awards. I've spent all year long hundreds and hundreds of videos, around 300 reviews, give or take, and all in search of the best knives released this year. And what a year to do this in. We have seen so many amazing knives. It seems like these manufacturers are literally just pumping out design after design after design. It's been hard to keep up with. Today, we are specifically talking about the best budget knife of 2023. And there have been some amazing budget knives. But before we get into it, I want to lay a few ground rules. Number one, this is 100% based on my opinion. My opinion cannot be wrong within these 4 corners because it's mine. Number 2, I'm not including button locks in this category because button locks have such a fanatical following that they actually have their own category. So before you run to the comment section and tell me about how I messed up because I didn't include such and such awesome button lock, please remember that they will actually have their own award. Instead, feel free to leave a comment with your favorite emoji. And then lastly, I'm not going to include any knives that I actually did not get the opportunity to review. Even though I had the opportunity to review a ton of knives, I did not in fact review all of them. So without a shadow of doubt, there are going to be some people out there that feel like I missed the boat because I did not review such and such knife. If that is the case, let me know in the comment section down below which knife did I miss the boat on that you think is actually the budget king of 2023. Lastly, we have to talk about what I consider to be budget. Many people seem to think that it's anything under $70. In my opinion, now in 2023, or rather at the end of it, we have seen so much inflation that I honestly consider anything under $100 to be in the budget range now because, let's face it, everything has gone up in price, and that includes knives. It's officially time to cut to the chase. Which are the top 3 contenders for this category? Number 1, the Petrified Fish Victor. Some of you might be a little shocked at this because this is actually a design that was released at the end of 2022. However, this model that I got my hands on in the blue denim micarta was actually available only in 2023. It was not available in 2022, and this is when I had the chance to get it. And because of that, because the blue denim micarta was released in 2023, I'm letting it in on a technicality, but also because it's just quite frankly an amazing knife. This knife has perfect balance. It's got excellent micarta. The micarta is better than, well, it's better than micarta that I get a feel for on a lot more expensive knives. It has a reversible deep carry pocket clip that is amazing. It also has this amazing inset fuller, which is perfect for doing a reverse flick. Have I ever mentioned that I love reverse flicking knives? Well, if you didn't know, now you know. The blade shape is wonderful. It uses K110 steel, and these go for around $50. And for $50, this is one hell of a knife, and I am not apologizing for that. Next up is the O-Knife Rubato 3 in gunmetal gray aluminum and 154 cm. The Rubato 3 uses the Axis style lock or the crossbar style lock to great efficiency. It is a smaller knife, but it feels extremely quality. It uses really good ergonomics despite the fact that it is on the smaller side. It looks phenomenal. The action is great. The materials are great, and that one's going to be coming in around $80. And then lastly, we have the Civivi Titanium Titius. And some of you are going to be up in arms at this point. You're going to be angry and you're going to be saying, how? The Titius is $100. Yeah, it is normally. However, I bought this on sale. And by the way, all of these knives have gone on sale multiple times throughout the year. When I bought this on sale at White Mountain Knives, it was $60, which puts it firmly within the under $100 category. So, what does that tell you? It tells you that this knife can be had, in fact, under $100 when it's available, because even at the $100 price point, guess what? They sell out. We're looking at cryo-treated 14C on the blade. We've got titanium milled handle scales, deep carry pocket clip. It's a frame lock, and it is a more premium version of the Civivi Titius, which initially came out in G10. This is the third and final contender. Out of those three, I'm going to give the award to the Titanium Titius. Guys, I'm going to be frank with you. This was kind of a no-brainer, and it was kind of a late entry as well, mainly because I did not expect to see this, for one, become available, and for two, go on sale, given how popular they were at their full $100 price point. In fact, I think at some point during the year, Civivi even had these for like $125, and guess what? They still sold out. But what makes this knife the best budget knife of 2023? First of all, we have perfect fit and finish. We've got a perfectly centered blade with perfect lockup. It has absolutely no detent lash, absolutely no pivot lash. The detent is perfectly tuned. It's extremely fidgety. You can do the middle finger flick. You can do a thumb flick. You can do a flipper tab flip. It's extremely fidgety. The pocket clip is also titanium, but it also shows off T8 hardware all around, and that is wonderful. It has perfect balance, and despite the fact that it lacks a backspacer, it doesn't necessarily weigh a whole lot either. The inside of the handle scales are very well milled out, and we have competent jimping that locks your thumb in for a perfect saber style grip. We also have a forward finger choil or sharpening choil that you can, of course, choke up with that gives you perfect precision. I tried to look at this knife and say, oh, you know what? Maybe it's not as good as everyone says it is. Well, guess what? It 100% is. And whether you're buying it on sale for $60-70, or whether you're buying it for the full price of $100, it is 100% worth it. This is a knife that has been constantly compared to the Koenig Arius, which is by many considered to be the ultimate end-all be-all of production knives. And for me, I agree, but not just because of its shape, because it does kind of have a shape that reminds you of the Arius, but in fact, because of its quality fit and finish. Look at those edges, perfectly milled and rounded over. It has multiple levels. You could tell that they thought about the ergos, and for being what I'm assuming is an in-house design, this is quite honestly a breathtaking knife. More to the point, it has cryo-treated 14C28N that's heat-treated to 62 HRC. That is fantastic. In a world where we typically see 14C hardened up to about 59 to 60, 62 HRC 14C28N is actually going to perform really, really well. And the fact that it was cryo-treated means that the hardness level is going to allow it to have way better than normal edge retention, Well, when it comes down to it, even when I compare it against the runner-up, which I do actually consider to be the Petrified Fish Victor, this knife is better in almost every single way. It's got 14C instead of K110. It has titanium instead of micarta, and even though this micarta is amazing, it's not nearly as well done as the titanium on the Titius. Just about the only thing that I would actually say is better on the Petrified Fish Victor is the backspacer, and the fact that that's there warms my heart. By no means am I saying that this is a bad knife. This is the runner-up, and it's a fantastic knife that I have carried a lot. Just take a look at that patina on the micarta. So for this knife to come in at the end of the year and just blow me away, to take the crown, says something. I think that this is a phenomenal example of what we can expect from knives in the $100 or less category moving forward. The bar has been raised. The expectations have been set. And if I don't see more knives like this in 2024, I'm going to be absolutely livid. But now it's time for the people to have their say. If you haven't done so yet, head on down to the comments section below. Let me know if I went wrong, where I went wrong. Should I have picked the Civivi Vision FG? Should I have picked something else? Let me know what your thoughts are in the comments section down below. And if you want to watch more of the Knife of the Year awards, make sure to hit that subscribe button or click on one of the videos that pops up next.